In this video, we'll study about the stages of embryology. First, we'll see the periods of embryology. In general, the length of the human pregnancy is considered to be 280 days or 40 weeks after the onset of the last normal menstrual period, that is the LMP. Most accurately, it includes 9 calendar months plus or minus 7 days, which covers 266 days or 38 weeks after fertilization. The whole gestational period is subdivided into two stages, the embryonic period and the fetal period. The embryonic period extends from first to 8th week of development, and it is subdivided into germinal and embryonic period proper. The germinal period covers the first 3 weeks and begins at fertilization. This period involves the cleavage division of the zygote, formation of morula, blastocyst and its implantation, differentiation of trophoblast and chorion, appearance of bilaminar and then trilaminar germ disc. So these are the changes which takes place in the germinal period, which is the first 3 weeks and begins at fertilization. The second is the embryonic period proper. This period extends from 4th to 8th week, and it is characterized by the changes of shape and the external appearance of the cylindrical embryo, and each of the 3 germ layers undergo individual differentiation and most of the tissues and organs of the bodies are formed. The fetal period extends from the 3rd month up to the termination of the pregnancy. This period is characterized by rapid growth of the fetus without much tissue differentiation and complete development of placenta. Next, we'll see the changes in the first week of the germinal period. After fertilization of the ovum in the ampulla of the uterine tube, the zygote undergoes successive process of cleavage division, formation of the morula, blastocyst and subsequent implantation of the blastocyst in the endometrial wall of the uterus. Now we'll see the cleavage division. It is a process of repeated segmentation of the zygote within the zona pellucida by mitotic division in rapid successions. As a result, the fertilized ovum, which is much larger than an average cell, give rise to increasing number of cells known as a blastomeres. The cleavage division results in the restoration of normal size of the cells by progressive reduction of cytoplasmic volume of the zygote. When you see the type of cleavage in human, like other mammals, the fertilized ovum contains the scanty amount of deutoplasm, and the whole ovum is involved in the production of mass of cells of approximately equal size. Such cleavage is called as the holoblastic or total cleavage. Now we'll see the stages of cleavage. The two cells derived from the first cleavage division of the zygote are somewhat unequal in size. The larger cell divides first, giving rise to 3 cell stage, and the smaller cells divides next, and the zygote consists of 2 large and 2 small cells. Further divisions of larger and the smaller cells results in the formation of ever increasing number of cells. At about 12 cell to 16 cell stage, the mass is called as the morula. where all the cells are apparently similar in size and appearance. It is estimated by experiment in vitro that the stages of cleavage of human zygote takes place in the following period. 2 cell stage, it takes about 30 hours after fertilization. 4 cell stage, about 40 to 50 hours after fertilization. 12 cell stage, about 72 hours after fertilization. 16 cell stage, about 96 hours after fertilization. As the cleavage division continues, the zygote gradually migrates from the ampulla of the uterine tube and reaches the uterine cavity at about 12 to 16 cell stage of morulation, approximately 72 hours, that is 3 days after fertilization. The transport of the zygote along the tube is facilitated by the ciliary beads and the contraction of the musculature of the tube. Next we'll see about the morula. Up to 8 cell stage of the cleavage division, the cells are essentially spherical and they touch each other loosely and they have no significant matrix. Around 16 cell stage, the blastomere undergo a process of compaction and the cells flatten on each other to increase the intercellular contact by tight junction with the appearance of the adhesion glycoprotein, the E-cadherin. A division of labor sets in among the cells of the generation of cell diversity. The cells at the periphery of the morula are called as the outer cell mass, which possess tight junction, and this is destined for the protective and the nutritive covering of the embryo in the form of trophoblast and chorion. A group of cells in the center of the morula is known as the inner cell mass, and it possesses gap junction and gives rise to the development of the tissues of the embryo proper. In the morula stage, there are 2 transcription factors which is known as the OCT4 and NANOG. So these 2 transcription factors are involved in the differentiation of the blastomeres into the inner cell mass in the center and the trophoblast at the periphery. The cells of morula are still enveloped by the zona pellucida. Next we'll see the formation of blastocyst. The trophoblast cells differentiate to form an epithelium in which the adjacent cells are tightly adherent to one another to form an epithelium due to the deposition on the lateral cell surface of E-cadherin, a calcium dependent cell adhesion molecule. The trophoblast cells express a basally polarized membrane with the enzyme sodium or potassium ATPase. The ATPase pumps sodium into the interior of the morula and the water follows through osmosis to form a fluid-filled blastocyst cavity. The embryoblast cells of the compact inner cell mass are now attached to one side of the blastocyst cavity, forming the embryonic pole. The single layered trophoblast covers the rest of the cavity and forms the embryonic pole on the opposite side of the embryoblast. The trophoblast covering the embryonic pole of the blastocyst is called as the polar trophoblast, and that occupying the rest of the wall including the abembryonic pole is termed as the mural trophoblast. The formation of blastocyst takes place between the 4th and the 5th day after fertilization. Out of 107 cells composing the blastocyst on the 5th day of development, only 8 cells form the embryoblast, 30 cells are arranged as polar trophoblast, and 69 cells are persist as mural trophoblast. The protein synthesis up to 8 cell stage of cleavage division is dependent on maternal mRNA, after which the embryo's gene become active to maintain synthesis of its own protein, and at the same time the maternal mRNA is destroyed. The blastocyst is formed within the zona pellucida during 32 to 64 cell stage. Next we'll see the implantation of the blastocyst. Up till now, the blastocyst lie free in the uterine cavity. Meanwhile, the endometrium of the uterus is changed into decidua and the stromal cells are distended with the accumulation of glycogen and lipid droplets. The decidua is arranged in 3 zones from within outward: the stratum compactum, stratum spongiosum and stratum basale. The zona pellucida disappears at the end of the 5th day of fertilization, assisted by trypsin-like enzymes, and the polar trophoblast is implanted on the decidual wall of the uterus by eroding the stratum compactum and spongiosum due to proteolytic action of the trophoblast. The implantation is interstitial and the trophoblastic cells penetrate between the epithelial cells of the uterine mucosa and subsequently erode them. As a result, mutual proteolytic action of blastocyst and promotion of such action by the uterine mucosa. The implantation or embedding of the blastocyst takes place on the 6th or the 7th day after fertilization. So when you see the molecular biology of the implantation of the blastocyst, after the disappearance of the zona pellucida, the polar trophoblast cells of the blastocyst, they secrete a protein called L-selectin, which is initially attached to its carbohydrate receptors on the uterine epithelium. Following the capture of the blastocyst from the uterine cavity by selectin, further attachment and invagination by the trophoblast involve another protein that is called as the integrin. The latter are expressed by the trophoblast and the extracellular matrix molecule laminin and the fibronectin. The integrin receptors for laminin promotes the attachment and those for fibronectin stimulate migration. These molecules also regulate the trophoblast differentiation. Therefore, the implantation of the blastocyst is a result of mutual interaction between the trophoblast and the endometrium. Next, we'll see the site of implantation. Usually, the blastocyst is attached to the junction of fundus and the posterior wall of the body of the uterus. But implantation anywhere in the upper part of the uterine cavity is considered as normal. Next, we'll see the abnormal implantation. Sometimes the blastocyst is embedded in the abnormal situation, which may be extrauterine or intrauterine. The extrauterine pregnancy, that is the ectopic pregnancy, may occur in the ovary, abdominal wall or in the uterine tube. This sort of implantation results in the eventual death of the embryo. The ovarian pregnancy is rare and probably is a factor of ovarian teratoma. Implantation of the blastocyst in the abdominal cavity, also rare, may take place in the peritoneal lining of the pouch of Douglas or in the greater omentum. The tubal pregnancy is frequent and this is followed by the rupture of the uterine tube, which may produce alarming hemorrhage, endangering the life of the mother. Next, we'll see the intrauterine abnormal implantation, which occurs when the blastocyst is attached to the lower part of the uterine cavity overlapping the internal os. Such condition is known as the placenta previa, which produces severe hemorrhage in the later part of the gestation or during parturition. So what are the points to remember? The fertilization takes place in the ampulla of the uterine tube within 24 hours after ovulation. It restores the diploid number of chromosome and determines the sex of the zygote. The cleavage division restores the normal size of the cell by progressive reduction of the cytoplasmic volume of the zygote. The transport of the zygote from the uterine tube to the uterine cavity takes place about 72 hours, that is the 3 days after fertilization, at 12 to 16 cell stage of morulation. The blastocyst is formed within the zona pellucida on the 4th or 5th day of fertilization during the 32 to 64 cell stage. The zona pellucida disappears at the end of the 5th day of development. The implantation of the blastocyst takes place on the 6th or 7th day after fertilization.